One of the many reasons I argue against stiffer penalties for DUI is because the technology and the testing being used is very inaccurate, and there is a high risk that these stiffer penalties will be applied to innocent people. In one case, a Minnesota man tested positive for alcohol and was sent to jail because this was a violation of his terms and conditions of parole. The fact of the matter is that he did not drink, and the positive test result was a result of him using alcohol-based hand sanitizer. His charges were dismissed in court, and now he's suing the laboratory that makes the tests. In an article that was printed about it, that was titled "Man Sues Lab Over Accuracy of Alcohol Test," we learned on there that he was jailed for an alleged probation violation, and he claimed that there was a false positive. See, he was convicted as a drunken driver, and he flunked a court-ordered test that showed he'd been drinking while on probation. But the whole point of it is that he swore he hadn't touched a drop. He had a record that was littered with arrests and convictions for driving while impaired, and there was little reason to believe him based upon his past history. Probation officers tossed him in jail to wait for a probation revocation hearing. But when the hearing came, an attorney for this gentleman showed that his positive test results probably resulted from his use of an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, and that the company marketing the test to determine whether or not alcohol was used to law enforcement knew that such products could skew the outcome, but did nothing about it. In November, a judge in Minnesota's Polk County ruled that there was no convincing evidence that this gentleman violated his probation and ordered for him to be released. This gentleman is now suing the company that makes the test, which is Redwood Toxicology Laboratory. He claims that the exams, referred to as ETG, EIS, or ETS, often are skewed by outside substances, but that the company never says that when they market the tests to probation departments and law enforcement. You see, under certain circumstances, sadly, such as this case with this fellow, you can be accused of drinking and driving simply by using hand sanitizer. This is really something we should all think about, especially if you're one of those people who believe that if you're charged with a DUI, you must automatically have been drinking. With the increased penalties for DUI all over the country, even a first-time arrest at a low rate can have grave consequences to you. This is especially traumatic for those who are convicted because of the use of common legal substances which are interpreted as alcohol by these faulty DUI tests. Some of the items that produce false positives might surprise you. The doctor in this particular case who testified said studies have shown persons' exposure to a variety of everyday items that includes not only hand sanitizer, such as this case, but mouthwash, sauerkraut, believe it or not, and even bananas can produce the same test results as one who is drinking alcohol. Add to this list, as we discussed before, cough medication, white bread, antacids, exposure to paint thinner, and even other diabetic-related incidents, and you will quickly realize that common citizens are arrested every day and charged with Pennsylvania DUI when it's not necessarily so. This is one of the main reasons you should consult with an expert Pennsylvania DUI attorney if you're charged with a DUI violation. For a completely free, no obligation, detailed consultation talking about the facts of your case, please give us a call at 1-866-McShane.